What's going on, family? All right, today I want to talk about something very, very serious to the human family, man. And this is the connection between mass murders and gang stalking. I know, man, we've been having a whole lot of mass murders, and we know it's been an increase in the people who's, reporting being targeted and gang stalked. We see theater all around us. These people doing theater, we see who's involved with theater. And I want to speak again, always, from, well, not always, but, sometimes I speak from other people's experience too. But from my experience, man, I been made a very long podcast. I will release this as well on the connection between mass murders and gang stalking. There's no way in the world people just lose their mind and then just start killing people in mass numbers, shooting up schools, shooting up churches, shooting up all of these places. But if you're being targeted and gang stalked, one thing you understand is they use all these people to gang stalk people, to follow people, stalk people like they some kind of prey, like they less than human. They treat us, they basically violate all our rights, antagonize us daily. And there is no one to help us. And I speak especially from experience on this, the fact that I done reached out to the DOJ, the FBI, everybody, the state troopers, especially the police department, who still refuse to give me my own police reports, even after signing the right to know form and doing everything that I supposed to do on my behalf. These different so-called resources they say they have for disabled people, because I'm disabled with two severe conditions, neurological conditions. Nothing about me is crazy. I'm nowhere near a threat to society, but being antagonized every day for the last 5 years, give or take, I think it's a little less. I did look up the date I was diagnosed with MS, but no, it's about 5 years for sure that I became disabled and began being gang stalked and targeted. Seeing that I exhausted every form and did everything I supposed to do on my behalf to get justice, and people being able to literally stalk my house, set up devices on my house, and monitor me and follow me everywhere, try to inflict fear in me and my family, and nobody helps us. I think that literally will drive people to committing mass murders. I said this a long time ago. Like, who's going to just be stalked like prey? And most people don't know how to, try to start. And even me trying to start so many different YouTube pages and different things and speak on what's happening to me. These people were able to hack me out of my stuff, oppress me, target me financially. They cost me so much money, and just set alone for trying to get some kind of protection for my phones and stuff. I went years without a phone, using a phone because of these people, and just so many different things, man. People go through. People's being targeted with devices that they use for war, so they committing war crime against us. These are domestic terrorists. I hope we start labeling them as domestic terrorists more often, because that's what they are. That's one thing I did want to speak on y'all about. Start labeling them as domestic terrorists and white supremacists, because that is what they are. I don't care if you're white. We're not white. The white supremacy is not speaking on white people. Again, I say it all the time, and I hope y'all understand that. Even during slavery, which this is kind of slavery, it's like portable concentration camps when they're able to do this to you. There's literally targeting disabled and elderly people and females and anybody they deem vulnerable. Um, that's who they're targeting. These are absolutely domestic terrorists, and it don't matter. They do use black people. That don't matter. It's the same thing. You can take it back to slave days, or they use black slave catchers, and they targeted certain white people who was trying to free the slaves. Y'all fell under the same prosecution as the rest of us. That's a white supremacist mentality. It's a mindset. It's not white. It does have something to do with white people, but it's not specifically about white people. It's about that white supremacist mindset. But anyway, I hope I'll make this brief because again, I think y'all definitely got the point, and I want y'all to comment and speak on this a little more. But I will release a long podcast where I don't know, I haven't listened to it in a while, where I was ranting, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe I wasn't ranting because it is a very serious topic, but I would imagine I was very angry, you know what I mean? Because I recorded this podcast a while ago. I recorded a lot of podcasts, so I have a lot of content coming to y'all. From a long time ago, you'll hear the difference. My audio quality and stuff will be a lot better. I actually have intros and stuff for the True I Speak podcast. I've been doing this work for behind the scenes for a long time, and I would advise a lot of y'all pick up a way to podcast. I've been doing this right here on my cell phone for a while, where I don't even have to do it on my computer and stuff like that. And make it easier for me to just pick up my phone and talk. And a lot of y'all have access to a phone and able to do it. I think it's therapeutic for you getting it out to not drive you crazy doing something stupid like going around killing a bunch of people. These people absolutely involve children. They will stalk you physically in person with children in the car, even autistic children, as I spoke on before. And it's crazy, and these people are sick. We living in a very sick day where these people need some kind of help. Now, again, I will say maybe they are messing with people's brain. I don't put it past it. We know that they're dealing with, they're using direct energy weapons, and they're chemically attacking people with chemicals and all kind of stuff, man. I do state that, but the people mind is really in a whole different state nowadays, man. Targeting has picked up. Whoever in charge need to be held accountable to heinous crimes against humanity. It's just crazy. But again, my name is Raphael Rashim. This is the True I Speak podcast, and I'm out. And I want to just give y'all a little more content of something that disgusted me today. The fact that I reached out to one of these agencies that's supposed to help, disabled people and give resources like legal resources and things like that. Even as far as getting a lawyer, and being disabled, being forced on SSI, you know what I mean, because they're oppressing me. Reached out to this agency, and, they supposed to give you legal advice and, resources. I told the lady, everybody who I reached out to, and you know what the lady told me? I don't know what else to tell you. It's nobody I can. Everything you said you did is what I would advise you to do. So what can a person like us do? You know what I mean? When our rights is just being violated and people just telling us it's nothing, we can do. They basically tell, what they tell me? What they final advice was for me to do? their final advice for me to do is to, see, and it's not bad advice. I get it. Seek therapy and to get help with coping with it. That was the advice, and I'm not knocking the advice. I definitely think if anybody, before you go out here and do something stupid, definitely, I think that is a good thing to do, to get some help or whatever, even though you're not going to be able to trust the therapist too much. And, that's why I speak on the mentality and getting your mind in check. It's like the burden is on us. And, I feel for y'all. Even though I'm in it with y'all, I definitely, I have a lot of empathy. I understand. I definitely feel for y'all because even most therapists being involved with it will try to get you and label you as schizophrenic, especially if you're not, if you're just letting this get to you emotionally and drive you crazy. You know what I mean? So I would definitely advise, documenting your mindset like I do, letting the people know how you think, who you are, being yourself, and not in speaking out, man. Don't stay quiet. I think it's the worst thing we can do. But again, think about how you look and how you're responding when you do these podcasts. And if you're unable to, keep yourself in control, then do it for your own documentation. Do it. You don't have to go out here and release it to the public and make yourself more vulnerable like I do, because in certain situations this do make you vulnerable. But for me, I think the best way is to be transparent, and I'm not going to stop doing it because I feel as though it do help other people that's being targeted and give them more insight and more ways of looking at things. But again, until later, y'all.